I have a question for you. If black Americans or African Americans can call themselves nigger, but white people, Caucasians, if we're to call them nigger, it's racist and derogatory. I don't understand why anybody would want to be called a nigger, black or white. If you're going to chastise the whites to do it, you should chastise the blacks too. My name is Eric, and welcome to the craziness that lives inside my head. All right, I'm old school. I grew up in the 60s. I was born in the 50s, grew up in the 60s. And that N word, as they say, wasn't allowed to be used in the household. I'm black. You wasn't allowed to use that word. I was taught that nigger meant a low class person. Okay, it had a meaning. Didn't mean black. It meant a low class person. It was a curse word, and you wasn't allowed to use it in my household or in my neighborhood. Period. And while we're on that subject, bitch. You want well, it's people use it as a curse word, but bitch, I was taught is a female dog. You don't go around calling people bitches. Okay? Not in the household. Not in public anyway. So here we go. I'm in high school and his name was Michael. And Michael had a girlfriend. Okay, he was very debonair. I kind of think he was a drug dealer. But we was in class, and every time he talked about his girlfriend, he never mentioned her by name. He kept saying, "Oh, my bitch this and my bitch that and blah blah this and that." And then I got mad. And I said, "Why do you call your girlfriend a bitch?" And looks at me. He goes, "Well, she's fucking all the boys in class." And with that explanation, I never questioned any black man who called his girlfriend bitch. Because right away in my mind, well, he should know. Okay? And there was a lot of black guys back in the late 60s, early 70s was calling their girlfriends bitches. That was it, bitches. And as the 70s was coming in, I noticed there was a lot of black women calling their boyfriends nigger. Oh, my nigga this, my nigga that. And sometimes some black guys did call their girlfriends nigga. Yeah, I got my nigga. Okay. Then I realize the girls who's calling their boyfriend niggas didn't have a job, had no education, and was living on them. And usually, those guys, the one I'm talking about, the girlfriends are calling their boyfriends niggas. Usually they live on them, and the girls was on. Now I shouldn't say all the girls. I'm just telling you the ones I've seen that use these words was on welfare. So these black guys get with these girls, get them pregnant, they get on welfare, and there you are. Low class, no education, and I don't know what to tell you. So I never bother with it. And then somebody asked me, do I get upset if somebody called me a nigga? I said, first of all, I don't remember being called a nigga. I'm quite sure somebody did, but I don't identify it. I mean, if you were to call me nigga, I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't even turn my neck. I wouldn't even turn around. I would just wasn't used to being called that. So why would I even get upset? Now I remember I was on a train once with a Puerto Rican friend of mine, and somebody was speaking Spanish, and he says to me, they called you so and so in Spanish, and I said, so? I said, I don't speak Spanish. He said, I don't know. I said, if that's what they call me, I'm not. That's not what I am. I'm not a nigga, and I'm not a bitch. So why would I get upset? And you might say, "Was it's not as simple." I agree, it's not that simple. But what I'm saying is, why would you get upset over a word that you're not? Okay? I mean, I had somebody call me um, some Spanish word because they thought I was Hispanic. And actually, I laughed because they didn't know that I wasn't Hispanic. So I laughed at it. I mean, if you're not that word, why are you getting upset? Now, getting back to the question, I don't understand why. I don't know. I hear this person like on the news. I heard it that I guess it was a white person got fired or suspended for using the N word, and then they took the N word and they wrote it all over the walls, and then it is, and then it, and then I'm thinking. I said, okay, so when you hear a black person call another black person nigger, why don't you chastise them for that? I mean, if the white people, you don't want the white people to use the word, you can't use the word either. And I don't even understand why black people even want to use the word, but they do. And someone said, well, it's hip hop. I don't care what it is. It means a low class person. But like I'm saying, if you are a low class person, everybody know you're a low class person, no good, thief, criminal. Oh, I don't know what to say. Then maybe you are a nigga. Just like some of these girls. I don't know. I don't want to start criticizing. I don't want to be. I know somebody's going to write me telling me that I'm a racist or what you want to call me. But a lot of these girls have four. Well, I knew one girl. She wasn't. I know she wasn't. Excuse my expression. She wasn't black. She was white. Five children by five different men. Isn't that what a bitch is? Isn't that what bitches are? Anyway, the other word that I wanted to talk about, which I find very interesting because I'm black, I grew up with this, and I'm guilty of it too. When somebody say your mama, they curse you out. They say, "Yeah, your mama," and then you want to kick their ass. Okay, I've done it. I had fights when somebody use that expression, "your mama." But then, as I lived longer and had all these different kind of jobs outside the hood, I remember there was a black girl. Well, I remember one time. I'm going to tell you one incident. It happened more than once. This is a black girl. She got mad at this white girl, and she said, "Your mama." And the white boy looked at her like he was like, "What did my mother have to do with it?" I noticed that. I mean, it's happened more than once. I've seen situations where if a black, well, I hate to say this, always a black woman arguing with a white guy, and the girl gets mad because she's not getting the best of the argument or whatever she wants, and say, "Well, your mama," and these white guys, they looked at her, they like bewildered and like, "What did my mama got to do with it?" This is Eric, and thank you for listening to the craziness that lives inside my head.